Hi, this is Arthur from the Minute Review Show. If you have a minute, I have an opinion. Today we're back in Manhattan's Chinatown. I'm taking you to NB Wing Wong, one of the numerous Cantonese roast meats restaurants in New York. NB Wing Wong is located on the Bowery, a major street that leads into the Manhattan Bridge. For today's visit, I will taste a sampling of their food and show one special item that I haven't tried in over 15 years. It's something that is old school, but I'm sure you will enjoy seeing it. Come join me and see for yourself. Hi, this is Arthur from the Minute Review Show, and today I am at the Bowery in Manhattan. And I'm on one of the largest streets that cuts right through Chinatown, other than Canal Street. And there's a restaurant called NB Wing Wong, NB Wing Wong restaurant. This restaurant has been around for a couple years now. There used to be several other restaurants in the same spot, but now it's one of the Wong restaurants in Chinatown. I'm going to try a variety of dishes today, and I have a feeling that it's going to be very good. And also, I'm pretty excited because I just ordered a dish that I haven't had in over probably 15 years. It's not a very common dish. It's a very, very Southern Chinese dish. And if you stay tuned, you'll see what I ordered. And you can probably tell which one I'm talking about. Wing Wong is one of those restaurants that are one of the Wong restaurants, which has roast meats and a variety of dishes that are clearly Cantonese. We're given this menu, which is the takeout menu. It also serves as the regular menu. I was told that the steamed rice crepes are only served during the daytime. It's really cheap. It's $4.50. Next, we have the congee. It's served even in the evening. Right now, it's around 6 o'clock, so they still serve that. Then we have the soup noodles. The soup noodles are basically the wonton noodle soups and all the roast meats on top of noodles. Then we have the appetizers. The appetizers are mainly the roast meats in different sizes. Then we have the barbecued dishes served over rice. Different types of Cantonese noodles, which include lo mein, yi mian, just basically pan-fried noodles, the famous beef chow fun, all those types of noodles. Next, we have Hong Kong style lo mein. We have fried rice. We have our favorite one-plate dishes, which are the hot dishes served with gravy. For example, like beef and tomato, spare ribs and black bean and garlic sauce over rice, things of that sort. When we flip over the menu, we have some other items such as soups. We have pork dishes. We have standalone beef dishes. We have vegetable dishes. We have seafood. And then we have different items, chicken and duck dishes, various types of chicken and duck dishes. The first dish that has come to my table is the roast duck and roast pork combination. I specifically asked for roast pork that is bunfei bunsao, which means half thin and half fatty. So this is the roast pork. Looks like there's a pretty good portion, probably maybe 4 inches worth of roast pork. And here's our roast duck. And it looks like they give me some breast pieces, and there appears to be a slathering of some sauce here over the dish. It's readily apparent on the cabbage side of the dish. So you get the 2 meats, you get the cabbage, and then it's on top of a pile of rice. And I paid only $10 for this, and we're going to give this a try very soon. Okay, the next dish I'm going to try is the roast pork. Now, this is what the roast pork looks like. I asked specifically for a half fat, half skinny roast pork. So we're gonna give this a try, see if it really is that type of roast pork. Very good. What I like about this is that it's not the overcooked type of roast pork where it's tough to chew. This has enough fat in it to give it a nice mouthfeel. What I noticed is that it has the adequate amount of saltiness. the person who cut the roast pork actually cut it into thicker slices. I normally don't like it cut this thick, but it's okay. I think if it were cut thinner, it would be better to chew, but the flavor is there. Gosh, it's spot on. The great thing is that they pour some of that soy sauce over the duck and the pork. It's just enough to give it a little extra flavor. Not bad. Next, we're going to try the rice. Now, if you could look at the rice, you see how the soy sauce has permeated the rice. You just put enough. Very good. Just nice long grain rice. I'm not sure if it's jasmine rice because it doesn't have that aroma, but it's still good. Nice long grain rice. Cooked fresh, nice and warm. Finally, we're going to try the roast duck. This is what it looks like. Now this is from what I can tell, a breast piece. And I'm going to use my fingers. I hope you're okay with that. I'm going to try this. I'm so happy with this. It has that nice, crispy, shiny, lacquered skin. So delicious with that bit of fat on the bottom. The meat itself is so juicy. It has that conventional roast duck flavor, roast duck juiciness, and it's actually perfect. I just love it the way that they do it here. It's so satisfying. To be honest, I don't even need that soy sauce on top of the roast duck. It's great on its own. Plenty of flavor. Really love this. Here's another interesting thing that I noticed about this restaurant. A lot of the clientele here speak Cantonese. The next dish that has come to the table is the wonton soup. Now, I didn't get the noodles because it would be too filling, but looking at the wonton soup, we have wontons with cabbage. That's interesting. Normally the plain wonton soup doesn't come with any vegetables, but this one comes with cabbage, which is pretty generous. We have, let me count these wontons. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 wontons. Wow. I know this dish is under $10, so this is pretty generous for a bowl of wonton soup. There's also a bit of scallions in this, chopped scallions in this dish. This is a pretty big dish. We're gonna give this a try and see if it is as good as it looks. Okay, it's time to try the wonton soup. Now I'm gonna grab a wonton here, and I may have noted that this particular wonton has the white style wrapper, not the yellow wrapper, and it gives basically the same texture, just a slightly different taste. And let's try this. Okay, the noodle, the wrapper is nice and squishy, very nice. As you can see, there's an entire shrimp in here, and there's also pork. So it's a shrimp and pork wonton. Let's try the shrimp. This wonton is great. It's seasoned perfectly. Not too salty, not too not salty. Right in the middle. And the shrimp crunches when you chew it. I love that. And the meat is not minced too finely. That's a little different. Not minced too finely. And it has a nice bite to it. I really like that. There's a difference in this, and it's delicious. Now let's try the soup and some of the vegetables. Let's try both. Okay, very good. Once again, it has that salty flavor. Now, the difference between this soup and other soups I've had is that it doesn't taste as fishy as the other types of wonton soups I've had. So, but it's still good. It's still good. It has more of a porky soup flavor than the fishy wonton soup flavor. Try some more of this cabbage. Just perfect boiled cabbage, Napa cabbage. Nothing too special, but it's something that I didn't expect in this dish. Most places, where you order these wonton, plain wonton soup bowls, you don't get any vegetables, but this place provided it. Kudos to them. Okay, let's take a look at the inside of this noodle. I just took one out of the bowl and I'm going to break it in half. And I was told that this is a shrimp and pork wonton, and there you have it. You have an entire shrimp here, and then you have a pork here. And it's the white noodle. Some wontons are made with the yellow egg wrapper, so this one is different in that aspect. Okay, this dish is something that I haven't had in maybe 15 years. Now, this is a dish that you rarely see in social media. It's called namjampan, or silver needle noodles. Now, these noodles are rice noodles that are rolled from a dough. This particular noodle is usually hand kneaded and hand rolled. There's a big plate of this. This is a really huge plate. In this particular dish, I believe it's 4 different kinds of meats. There's chicken, there's ham, I see some mushrooms, and there might be some other stuff in here. So they did say 4 meats. Oh, I do see some roast pork here. So this is a substantially big dish. And I believe this dish is in the $15 range. So we're gonna give this a try. And I have to say, I'm really excited about this because this is the kind of dish that is so Southern Chinese that it brings back a lot of good memories for me. The last dish that I'm having is the 3-meat silver needle noodles. Now, this dish is something that I haven't had in over 15 years. It's a very regional dish. It's not found at every Cantonese restaurant. And what I can say about this dish is that it's going to be very interesting. I'm wondering how it's going to taste after not having it for so long. Now, the 3 meats that they're talking about are the chicken, the roast pork, and finally the ham, something that's not very common. You might find this in yang chow fried rice, but this is common in this type of dish. Let's try the noodles itself. See the noodles? The noodles are thick in the middle and tapered at the ends, and all the noodles are like that. Let's try this. It's wonderful. It's exactly how I remember it. How I remember it is that when you bite into the noodles, this texture is very unique. It's very bouncy, very chewy. It has a texture unlike any other Chinese noodle. It's hard to explain, but it's chewy. But if you ever try this, I think you'll like it. It's something totally different. And the fact that it's uncommon, I feel that you should come here and give this a try. Now, this particular dish is quite heavy. In fact, from what I can see here, the portions are about for 3 people. Let's get back to the flavor. The flavor is basically very mild. There's no spice in it. It's basically salt. There's actually no soy sauce. It's basically seasoned with salt. So the noodles have actually no color in it, but it's filled with flavor. The roast pork has flavor of its own. The ham has flavor of its own. The chicken, not so much. Well, before I say that, I should actually try the chicken. Let's see this. Yeah. It's white meat chicken. It's been velveted, but it's not as flavorful as the other 2 elements. There's also bean sprouts in this. Not a ton, which I appreciate. I'd rather have more noodles than the bean sprouts. Here's some shiitake mushrooms. This is delicious. Very good memories having this. Those who are watching this video are probably wondering why I'm saying such good things about silver needle noodles. The reason why I'm saying these good things is because it's a very old-fashioned kind of dish, not found in every Cantonese restaurant. In fact, you really have to go deep into Chinatown to get something like this. What I most remember about this dish is not that it's served like this. It's actually, in the past, from how I remember it, It was served in little dim sum plates, and you can order it as a dim sum. They would put it into a plate, they would put it into a bowl and put it upside down. We would take the bowl off, and it would be a rounded mound of silver needle noodles, and that would be one order of dim sum. It would taste exactly the same as what I'm having today. I'm really nostalgic about this type of dish because it's something that you can find every single day in Chinatown or elsewhere. This particular dish was, from how I remember it, was found at a restaurant called Hop Shing in Chatham Square in Manhattan's Chinatown. And that restaurant during the pandemic closed. I'm still heartbroken by that. It's been, maybe 5 years since it closed, and it's really sad because that was one of the oldest Chinese restaurants in Manhattan's Chinatown. They served interesting things like the silver needle noodle. They also served the best char siu bao, the best roast pork bun. They also served things like a taro shrimp, fried taro shrimp. They also served da fen guo, which is a fried dumpling with a minced meat filling, which nobody has anymore in Chinatown. So yeah, when I look at this dish, I'm glad at least these dishes live on. I'm just waiting for the Hop Shing roast pork buns to come back. Okay, the meal is over and I had a great meal. But before I talk about the meal, I want to give a little more background as to this restaurant. NB Wing Wong has been around for probably a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. Before then, it was a Lanzhou hand-pulled noodles, the famous one that was on East Broadway. And that lasted for only a year or so. And then prior to that, it was Sing Ki. And I really loved Sing Ki. I went there many times with my family, and they served great Cantonese food with the full menu. Now that this restaurant is a Wong restaurant, one of the roast meats restaurants, I want to give this a try. This is actually my first visit. I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the menu. The menu is smaller, much smaller, as with most Wong restaurants are. I really like the fact that the wonton was a bit different. It had the cabbage, which other places don't provide. It tasted really good. I like the way that they cut up the pork in that dish, and I like the freshness of the shrimp. As for the roast meats, the 2 roast meats I've had, I had the roast duck and I had the roast pig. Both were good. I would say the duck was much better than the roast pork. The roast pork, had that squishy feeling, but it wasn't as fat as I would have liked it. Didn't have that evenly distributed fat, I would say. That would make it great, but the flavor was there. The roast duck was excellent. I really loved that. Perfect lacquered skin, perfect standard roast duck flavor. Really like that. And finally, the thing that gave me the most nostalgia, the thing that I really think that you should come here for, is the Gandum Fun, which is the silver needle noodles. That's something that you don't always get. That's not always available around the restaurants in Chinatown or even outside of Chinatown. It tasted exactly like what I had years ago, back when Hop Shing was around, when other restaurants were around that served it. So it's a less common dish. It's something that other people don't talk much about, and it's a hidden joy that you can order when you come here. So based on these 3 dishes, I really think you should give this place a try. And I give this place a big thumbs up. I want to thank everyone for watching my channel. If you could help me share this channel, spread the word. If you have friends coming to New York and wanting to try good Chinese food or good food, any kind of food, because I do more than Chinese reviews, please share my channel. And I hope they enjoy what I'm doing. Thank you again for watching this review, and I'll see you in the next one. Look what I found. I found a wonton with 2 shrimp, not just 1. Wow. The final bill before tip is $36.43.